Sajith, Namal alarmed by UNP rally. Campaign bosses query rally organisers. Invites for NPP leaders from imperialist countries. Basil in a rage over Gota's book. Bad times for all those with Raja Yoga.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
Sajith, Namal alarmed by UNP rally. The opposition and even the SLPP's Namal Rajapaksa faction are alarmed by the UNP's rally in Kuliapitia on Sunday, held in preparation for the presidential polls. On one hand, SJB's SM Marikar and Sujiwa Senasinghe tried to downplay the event, while Namal says it was quite an achievement to hold a public rally for a UNP in its lowest ebb. Responding to questions raised by journalists, Namal said the UNP should hold meetings at the villages to know the real public woes. At the same time, Namal loyalist Tissa Kutiarachchi said at a media briefing that the rally proved Ranil Wickremesinghe to be the UNP's, not SLPP's, leader. Referring to remarks supportive of Ranil by Prasanna Ranatunga and other ministers, he said it was not the party stand. Kutiarachchi also asked Ranil to secure 1.5 million more votes, at least if he wants to be the candidate of the SLPP with a vote base of 4 million. Reminding that Ranil would never have become the president except for his party, he added the SLPP was not too hasty to rule him out as their candidate either. That is how Namal's faction lays down conditions to the president, so Prasanna and the like ask who else will be their candidate and want a name given. Anyway, Wajira claims a majority of SLPP MPs are with Ranil. Things have gone so far that a one-sided decision by the SLPP will likely expose where party support for the Rajapaksas stand. Now, Basil has decided that their candidate would be named within 2 weeks. The SLPP Politburo is to meet and take a decision, according to sources at the party office. Both Basil and Namal are of the view that despite any personal opinions, the party should name a winning candidate. Campaign bosses query rally organisers. Still at the UNP rally, many SLPP MPs had volunteered their support in its organising. We all are ruined if the president's first rally becomes a failure. What can we do? Shall we send our people too? They asked Akila Virak Karyawasam. He thanked all of them and said arrangements were in place to bring at least 10,000 people. However, big shots within the UNP were not supportive in any way. The one who promised to do the stage said the previous night that he could not make it. Another had dodged putting up marquees to shelter the people. Akila had to work late into the night to ensure everything was in order. Even some of the individuals who were supposed to address the rally kept their mobile phones switched off. Among those who were present, some wanted to know how others could organise it, whereas Ranil had entrusted his publicity campaign to a certain politico. At the UNP Management Committee meeting on Tuesday, Akila answered his critics. I did not take money from the president or anyone else for this rally. My friends helped me. Friends of Prabhath Kapuje did the publicity campaign. None of them worked for money. They helped me because they are my friends, said Akila. Anyway, Basil's close friend Lakshman Yappa, the Wayamba provincial governor, and his secretary Hemantha Wickremesinghe did much in the organising of the UNP rally. Rivalries and differences at a critical juncture cannot be forgiven. Just being given responsibilities is nothing to brag about. Many of the president's true supporters assist the president at their own expense. Invites for NPP leaders from imperialist countries. Compass leaders are getting invites from across the world these days. Anura Kumara Disanayake is to tour Canada within days. Executive Committee member Bimal Ratnayake was in several countries doing propaganda work. His colleague Dr. Harini Amarasuriya too is in the UK now. She was given a rousing welcome at Heathrow. Harini is in London to attend a women's event on the 16th to coincide with a series of women's meetings back home. It will take place at Alperton Community School at Ealing Road, Wembley, Middlesex. Like that, the Compass is targeting the Sri Lankan diaspora. Back home, the party and its leaders are getting hammered and mud thrown in an increasing manner. A social media campaign is underway against Lanka over a statement he is alleged to have made pertaining to the NPP regime that will nationalise all large-scale businesses.
ඉන්නවනේ අපිටම මහා පරිමාණ ව්‍යාපාරිකයෝ කියන. ඒගොල්ලෝ කරගෙන යන ටික ඔක්කොම අපි රජයට පවරගෙන රජය විසින් කරන්න පටන් ගන්නවා. ඒ අයගේ මැදිහත් වීමට ඒ අයට ලබා දෙන කොටස ලබා දෙමින් මේ ගේම ගහන්න තියෙනවා. ඒ මාෆියාවන් කඩන්නත් ඕන නම් රජයේම මැදිහත් වෙන්න ඕනේ. අවශ්‍ය ඉලක්ක වලට යන්න පාවිච්චි කරන්න අපිටත් ඉන්නවා එහෙම සෙට් එකක්. ඉන්න ඕන. ඒ බාධා ටික ඉවත් කරන්න ඕන. වෙළඳ ව්‍යාපාරිකයෝ කියන අයත් අදාළයි. දැන් මහා ව්‍යාපාර කරන අයත් අදාළයි. රාජ්‍ය බලයයි ආණ්ඩු බලයයි. ආණ්ඩු බලය විතර නෙමෙයි. ආණ්ඩු බලයයි රාජ්‍ය බලයයි පාවිච්චි කරනවා. අපි ඒගොල්ලෝ මාක් කරගෙන ඉන්නේ. ඇත්ත කියන්න ඕනේ. මාක් කරගෙන ඉන්නේ. අරගලයට. ජනතාව අපිට බලය දෙන්නේ. ඒ බලය පාවිච්චි කරන් තියාගෙන ඉන්නේ නෙමෙයි.
Fact. Crescendo investigated the claim and found the original 25-minute video in question to have been uploaded to YouTube in November 2023. But in that he has not spoken about any nationalising. An edited version to distort his actual remarks is out on social media. What Lalkantha actually said was that there was a misconception that a NPP regime would take over large-scale businesses. He assured equal opportunities for all while removing hurdles against businesses and all other human resources. Something important lies here. The JVP has now come to understand, or shows to understand, that its economic theories in the past are not valid anymore. Or how could the so-called imperialist expansionist countries send invites to its leaders to tour their countries? Basil in a rage over Gota's book. The Rajapaksa family relation Udayanga Wiratunga says Basil Rajapaksa is in a rage over Gotabaya's book. He is worried that Mahinda Ayya will slap him in the face after reading the book.
ඔබ ගිහිල්ලා මේ ග්‍රන්ථය දෙනවා මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ මහතාට.
බැසිලායට දෙන්න ගියා. උන්ට ගෙච්චර හොඳ නැහැ. හින්ද පොත අපව වරන් ආවා.
පොත ගැන යාට තොරතුරු කලින් ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා.
කේන්ති අනේක සාධාරණ. පක්ෂ නායකත්වයේ දීලා තිබුණා නම් ගෝඨය අද පක්ෂෙත් අපිට නැති වෙනවා.
මහින්දත් ඉන්නේ කේන්තියෙන් ගෝඨත් එක්ක.
පොත කියවල බලලා මට කනේ පාරක් ගහින් දන්නේ නැහැ.
උදයංග වීරතුංග මේක කියනකොට නරකයි. පොතේ පිටකවරට දානකොට හොඳයි.
එයා කියනකොට කෝච්චිය ගිහිල්ලා.
Udayanga is a die-hard Basil loyalist. It also seems that he has a score to settle with Gota. On the day of the book's launch, Udayanga went to a bookshop, bought a copy, gave it to Mahinda and worshipped him. In a Facebook post with a picture of it, he recalls how he warned way back on Ofai Farm July 2019 of a foreign conspiracy to oust the elected president. He says he repeated the claim in an interview with Chamuditha on 12th of May 2022. One thing is clear. The Rajapaksa family is worried by Gota's book. What impact the book will have on society is difficult to measure yet, but Dilith Jayawira and some Viyathmaga members are planning to reply, also by publishing a book. Bad times for all those with Raja Yoga. The one who got kicked out over his so-called attempts to protect cricket is now a lost man. All his big dreams have come to nothing. It all began after his wife took him to a monk to get his future read. The advice he received was that, since he had a Raja Yoga, he should get involved in matters that hog the public limelight. So, he chose cricket. The end result was him losing his cabinet portfolio. Now no one takes any notice of him. He returned to the monk to have another reading and was told he had got caught in a defilement. Rather than a defilement, his exit was caused by the wrath of the big boss. Most of the so-called Raja Yoga are today lost ones. A lady from Anuradhapura was known to give such D-ropes. Gota and powerful military men frequented her deval then. Most of those with Raja Yoga were one-time sports ministers. None of them had the quality of sportsmanship. Anyone may have big dreams, but they should work hard for their realization. Working hard does not mean making a mess of things. Most got it wrong there. That's it for today. Or